Okay. Hi everyone, it's Jenny Alice here, and today I'm going to be filming a tutorial on how to create a YouTube setup from home. Now this video is great for anyone who doesn't have access to a studio or their own office, but they want to start creating content. So hopefully you guys will feel inspired after watching me create my own YouTube setup at the end of my bed and in between my dressing table. Now the setup at the moment isn't great. You can see the end of the bed and you can see the dressing table, got some stuff in the back, and then obviously the lighting is not great. I have the room lights on at the moment and it's just giving me these raccoon eyes and it's not the vibe that I'm going for. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in the table. So here is the table. So this table is great because it was literally £20 from IKEA and I love anything on a budget. I should have also mentioned I'm going to move the boxes out the way so that you can't see them as well. Now the only trouble about this setup is I can't actually get around it because we are working with such a small space. So I either have to climb over the bed or under the desk, but it's okay, we'll make it work. Ah! Now, the next thing I'm going to do is composition before I start moving the lights in. What I want is not to have this in it or this and just the long table. So I just need to adjust it a little bit. So it's kind of like that. And then I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit. The great thing about self-shooting is when you're adjusting, you have to leave the frame, come back in, leave the frame, come back in, but we're working with it. So right now, the composition, it's okay. Once I get the lighting in, I can finalize it. And the first thing I'm gonna do is set up the key light. So the key light is going to be the main source of light in any scene. And today I'm going to be using the Nanlite Forza 300B. So now we've got the key light on and you can see the difference already from the house lights. And I have it set to around only like 15% power at 5600 Kelvin. So it's at the same white balance as my camera. And on top of that, I've added on the parabolic diffuser. You can just have a key light if you want. However, for me, I would like to bring in a fill light. And the purpose of a fill light is literally just to fill in those contrasty shadows that you're going to be getting from the key light. Just bear in mind, the more fill you add, the flatter the image is going to become. So I'll show you a quick example of that now. So for the fill light today, I am using the Nanlite PowerTube 6C. Now I do rave about these a lot because they are brilliant. Just because they're so small, lightweight and easy to carry around, I always have them in my backpack in case I need them. But they're also super affordable, which is great as well. So I've got this set to 5600, the same color temperature as my key light. And I've actually got this set to 32%. Now it's all dependent on how much fill. At the moment I have it quite close to my face, so it is kind of becoming the key light. So if I move it away a little bit, but I'm actually going to put it on a stand just a little bit away at the same position as the key light, but on the opposite side. And you can see I still have a little bit of contrast around my face, but not as much as when I didn't have the fill light. So far we have two light sources in the scene. We have the key light and the fill light. However, when you're doing something like this, you may want to bring in a third light, which could be the backlight, the rim light, the hair light, and that could just bring you away from the background. However, today I want to try something a little bit different, as the thing that's kind of bugging me the most about this setup is how dull the background is looking. So what I have here is the Nanlite 30C, and these are basically just a bigger version of the 6C, and I'm gonna have it set to the same settings as the 6C, so I'm gonna have it at 5600. Okay, don't do that in front of your face. And I'm just gonna pop it onto the back of the wall to create maybe a bit of a gradient with the light. I really like how that's looking. I'm just gonna add one more 30C in as well, just because the walls are a bit longer. That's actually looking quite good now. I feel like that's brought it to life a little bit. Before then it was just looking so boring. But I do feel like it's missing something else. I feel like I know what it is. Hang on. So here I brought my plant. Please don't judge me on the state of my plant. It started dying and I've tried to rescue it, but it's still an ongoing process. So we're working with it. Ralphie's pretty happy with the setup. And that is all for today, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed watching me set up this YouTube setup in between my dresser and the end of my bed. Don't forget to subscribe to Nanlite's YouTube channel and hit the bell for the notifications so that you get notified whenever we post a new video. And I really look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye, guys.